My name is David Williams, and I want to tell you a little bit about my drug addiction. My dad was wanting me to do this, from all the shit I put them through, I thought I'd make a little video. It all started out when I was about 16. The addiction had started before then, but it was a different form of addiction. I always had addictive behaviors. I believe the first addiction I really had was skateboarding. I did that for about 6 years, and I not only skateboarded, it kind of became my life. That's all I thought about. That's all I did every second of the day. My grades went down in school. I quit caring. I wouldn't do my work. I refused to do it. My GPA went down to 0.265, which sounds impossible, but the only reason I had any points was because when a test or a quiz would come around, I would just circle some random answers, and therefore I'd get like 2 answers right. So, I got a few grades. That's why my GPA wasn't 0.000. But because of everything that I've done, I've put my parents through a lot. Rehabilitation centers, rehab, is nothing but a party. I'm going to tell you that right now. I have been to 5 myself. The first one was in Asheville, North Carolina. It was called Swain Recovery Center. I got kicked out of there for setting my room on fire on accident when I was, messing around. The second one I went to was in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida to be exact. I had a lot of fun down there, but I went through a lot of shit down there also. I ran away with a guy named CJ. We had some money, a little bit. We messed around on the streets. I believe I took 50 triple C's that day, and we didn't talk to each other for 13 hours straight. We were tripping that hard, just walking around tripping balls. We were in the plaza, snuck into a movie theater, went to go see Angels and Demons, tripping so hard that I didn't know my name. You might not believe this, but I was tripping so hard that when I would look at even a tree, I didn't know what it was. I had visual, but I had nothing else. It was like I knew nothing, but I could see everything. So it was like just being in a world oblivious to life itself, like not knowing what anything is. That was very weird, but that's the things I do to myself, and I've really just ruined my life in some ways, but other ways, drugs have taught me things. It's made me grow tough, you can't be a drug addict and, be a sissy, you gotta, it's a tough life. A lot of people think that we are bad people. We're not really bad people, we're just good people caught up in a bad scheme. Really, the drug addict life is very, very hard to live. You have to be very good at lying. You learn to be very manipulative. I learned how to be a shoplifter very fast. I got good at it. I would steal stuff from Walmart, Lowe's, wherever, and bring it back. Said I didn't have a receipt. They would give me gift cards, and I was getting gift cards for about $250 gift cards for stuff that I was returning stolen items, and then selling the gift cards for 3/4 the price. So I made a lot of money doing that. I was expelled from school in 11th grade for I was always getting in trouble. I was selling my mom's pills out of the medicine cabinet. I got bad into ecstasy. I started to sell some of it in school also, and things I did really just took me downhill, and I brought down a lot of people with me. You'll learn that the friends you have aren't really your friends after, if you ain't got drugs and you ain't got the car to drive them places, they don't want to hang out with you. But when you do have the drugs and you got the car to take them where they need to go, oh, you'll have friends everywhere. Because they'll want to ride, they want to come get high, but you wait till you ain't got nothing and see if they come to you wanting, taking you places, giving you free drugs. It's not a mutual thing, it should be, you do this for me, I do this for you, but it's not that way. That's just reality. And drug addicts try to escape reality. That's the whole point in taking drugs. Sometimes it just starts out as fun. Sometimes, you might start doing drugs because of stuff that's happened in your past, But either way, if it starts out as fun, or if it starts out because of something you did, it's going to turn into addiction if you stay in it long enough. I can tell you that from experience. You won't only want to get high, you will need to get high. Especially on painkillers, because your body becomes physically addictive to it, and if you don't take it, you'll hurt physically. Addiction gets expensive. It hurts your family. It'll break your family apart. You'll lose your real friends. You'll just really, in the long run, you're going to really regret all of it. I got to where I was taking 50 triple C's a day. I recommend you not do that. I still have kidney problems and stuff. Not bad anymore, but I still do have problems, long-term effect problems. LSD, right when I quit doing it, I had flashbacks for a few weeks, but some people, if you do enough, you'll have it for years. I've almost died several times by overdosing. Just the other week, I was in the hospital for taking. I've done way more than this. This is what was weird, because I've done like 50 triple C's at a time, but I overdosed on 32. My heart level, my heart rate went way, it was like beating way too fast. Chlorocidin is for high blood pressure, so it thins out your blood. It's actually a very dangerous drug to use. It's actually it's safer to use LSD acid than it is to use Chlorocidin, believe that or not. I put my parents through a lot, and they've always tried to help me. Just for example, this is my car. It's a Volkswagen Jetta. I love it. 5-speed. It's fun to drive. That's besides the point. That's a $12,000 car. I put my parents through hell, and I have a $12,000 Volkswagen 2005 Jetta. I don't deserve any of this, yet I have it. There's people out there that do nothing and don't have what I have. My parents, they just want to help me, but I've came home on Xanax and physically hit my dad, and I've just done a lot. And this video is coming to an end because it's not going to fit on YouTube, so I'll have to do a second part later on.